Howdy folks, Charlie here from Christmas on Crestline. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for tuning in to another Top 5 video. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 obscure songs to use for your animated Christmas light show. In our last top 5 video, we talked about the need to build a playlist for your animated Christmas light show. The tour buses and the limousines that come by, they're going to have people ranging in age from 2 to 92, and you need to entertain them all. Also, at the end of the night, they went to, 10 to 15 different houses, and they're going to say, this house was my favorite, or these 3 were my favorite. So you need to make yourself stand out. And one of the ways of doing that is to throw in at least 1, if not 2, obscure Christmas songs. Now, our top 5, I'll grant you, to those English majors out there, does not at all meet the definition of obscurity, but there's a reason why it's on this list. Number 5, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. The reason why I'm including it on this top 5 obscure Christmas songs is because even though we all know it, when is the last time you've ever seen that in a Christmas light display? We all know it, but very rarely is it used. And there are a couple different versions out there. Lindsey Stirling, featuring Sabrina Carpenter, has a kind of a neat one out there. Their version is not too bad. It's kind of neat. And there are some songs, we talked about this last time, there are some songs that you just have to use the original. There's different variations, so there's different covers of it, but you need to stick with the original. For us, we would stick with the original with the song. Came out in '65, I believe. But, there's different variations, but for us, we're going to use the original on this. Number 4, and really probably my favorite on the list, All You Need Is Love, not by the Beatles. CeeLo Green and the Muppets. CeeLo Green and the Muppets did a cover of a Beatles song, and it's not that bad. It's pretty dang good, actually. It's my favorite. I'll put a link to the video in the description here. You guys can click on it and check it out. It's dang neat. It's kind of a long song, and one of my criteria I try to make for this list is, as animators, a 3-minute song will take you 30 man-hours to program. So I wanted to kind of curtail this top 5 to songs that are 3 minutes or right around that 3-minute mark or under. This song is over 6 minutes. But here's the good part. You can trim it down to where it's at 3 minutes. Because the 6 minutes of that is a lot of talking. I think the song actually stops about the 4:30 mark, and then the next 90 seconds are the Muppet outtakes. But it's dang neat. Oh, Craig Robinson's in it. Craig from The Office, and he was in Hot Tub Time Machine. He's Santa in this. Has a little bit of a speaking part. I don't believe he sings, but it's a dang neat song, and I'd absolutely recommend that. You'd have to trim it. You're going to have to trim it, but absolutely put that to your animated Christmas light show if it works out for you. Number 3, Jingle Bells. You heard me right, Jingle Bells by Yogi Yorgesson. Now, he was a comic. Grew up in Tacoma. Harry Stewart, I believe his name was. Yeah, Harry Stewart. And he was a comic, worked for a radio station, and he developed this character called Yogi Yorgesson. He did it for some stand-up routines, and he made a couple of Christmas songs on the Christmas album. One of them is called Jingle Bells, and it's funny. It's a short song, 2 minutes and 37 seconds. So you still have time to throw it in for this year's show. Take you, 20 hours. It's not just him singing Jingle Bells. It's this Swedish comedic character, Yorgi, complaining about how cold and silly it is to ride in a legit one-horse open sleigh. It's funny. And you know how a singer from the UK will sing a song into an American ear, it doesn't sound like they have an accent. He has an accent. It is a laid-on thick, Swedish, strong moustache of a song. Yeah, it's funny. So it's short, 2 minutes 37 seconds. It's worth putting it into your show. Even this year, you still have more than enough time. 119. 119 today. Number 2 in our top 5 obscure Christmas songs to use for your animated Christmas light show. Monsters Holiday by Boris Pickett. It's the Monster Mash guy doing a Christmas song. It's the same Monster Mash voice, same Monster Mash characters, but it's Christmas. I had no idea this song even existed. I was in a Halloween store buying a costume this year, and I'm listening to the songs. That's the Monster Mash song. Didn't really pay attention to it because you're in a Halloween store, it makes sense. But then I started kind of hearing the word Christmas. What? So I stopped and I listened to it. It's a legit Christmas song. It's all the Monster Mash characters getting gifts for Christmas. It's neat. It's a very short song. It is 2 minutes and 37 seconds. No, I'm sorry, it's not. It's 3 minutes and 10 seconds. And there's 2 versions of the song. Buck Owens also has a song called Monsters Holiday. It's not that one. It's one by Boris Pickett. And as soon as you hear it, you'll instantly recognize it's the Monster Mash guy. And it's 3 minutes, 10 seconds. It's neat enough to throw in. If you do a Halloween show and a Christmas show, you can absolutely use it for both. So they'll give you one song to use for both holidays, so that will be a double whammy for you. But check that song out if you haven't done it yet. And I'll put a link to all the songs we're talking about here. I'll put a link to their YouTube version in the description below. The number 1. The creme de la creme. The number 1 obscure song to use for your Christmas light show is R2-D2, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. That's right. R2-D2 is represented in this year's top 5 obscure songs. There's a backstory to this, which I was not aware of. Jon Bon Jovi, his cousin, runs a radio station and says, "Hey John, I want to get you some exposure, so why don't you come be my janitor? Here's a broom." So he's out there sweeping up, and they're singing the song with a children's choir, and they need some more people. So they bring him in, and they sing it, and he nails it. This is Jon Bon Jovi's very first ever recorded song. Now, he's apparently spelled his name differently because it's accredited with a different spelling than what we're accustomed to after all these decades of listening to him. But I guess that's how he legit spelled his name back then. But this is his very first ever recorded song. Now, it's a little campy. It's a little campy, and it's a legit children's choir like little kids. And it kind of comes off as sort of a cash grab. It was came out in 1980. And it's obscure enough to be well worth your while. For my money, C-3PO is the best part of the song. But it's all the Star Wars characters. Well, I guess R2-D2 is just beeps and boops. But C-3PO is C-3PO. But yeah, it's neat. And if you are a Star Wars fan, and Star Wars is huge right now, you absolutely need to throw this song in there if you want to stand out, because you will. And there are some pixel light shows around the country that nail Star Wars themes, and they do it for Halloween and for Christmas. Throw this one in there. I don't think I've seen, and I may be wrong, feel free to tell me I'm wrong, but I can't think of one pixel or string light Christmas show that is on YouTube with this particular song. We're not doing this song this year. So feel free to do it. We're going to throw in Jingle Bells into this year's show, though. We're going to throw that in there. But yeah, I can't think of one. And like I said, feel free to tell me if I'm wrong. But I can't think of one show that I've seen a YouTube video of that does a song. And maybe they're out there and they just don't put them up on YouTube. But if you're doing this, absolutely put it up on YouTube so we can see it. So that's about it for today. So to recap our top 5 here. Actually, it's not. We have 2 more things. But to recap our top 5, we got You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Since Lindsey, Stirling, and Sabrina Carpenter also have a good cover of that. CeeLo Green featuring the Muppets, All I Need Is Love. It's worth it just to watch the video. If you're like me and you're in your 40s and grew up kind of on the Muppets or Fraggle Rock or any of the Muppet spin-offs, it's CeeLo Green and Craig from The Office. It's funny. Monster Mash, Monster Holiday by Boris Pickett, and R2-D2's We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Now, give it a quick shout out here. Jessica I'm going to apologize. I'm going to murder your last name. Oilet, Ulat. I don't know how to say your last name. I'm sorry. I apologize. I have no idea how to pronounce it. But Jessica went to our last episode, the top 5 Christmas songs to use for your Christmas light show. Jessica came in and commented, I'm starting a Christmas light show this year, and I was wondering a couple things. Should I start with 16 channels, or should I go straight to 32? The correct answer is more channels are always best. A prime example of that is in my video, How to Hang Christmas Lights and Trees. I talk about one year, I just threw up 20,000 lights in our tree, thinking it would work, never thinking about even doing the math, never realizing that was even a thing. That was our first year. Oh my goodness, that was a mess. Going into having to redo that at 15 feet when all the Christmas lights look the same in the tree, it was a mess. You are always going to need extra channels, because you're going to get, you want to build on your show every year and at least add one new prop and 4 or 5 new songs every single year. And then another shout out, Christmas on Hamilton, which is out of Arizona, asked us, when do we normally start decorating? And normally, second week of September is when we start hanging some stuff. We have some very easy things. Our vertical Christmas lights take all 30 minutes to hang up, so we'll knock those out. And right now I've knocked out my verticals, and I've started on the roof, but one of our trees is completely done. We don't have any branches on that tree. Got a video of that coming out pretty soon. But Christmas on Hamilton, looking forward to seeing you put up some videos this year, so thanks for asking that. And I think that's about it. Yeah, top 5. Did a couple shout outs. I don't think we have any Patreon shout outs for this week. But you can check us out on patreon.com. Just put in Christmas on Crestline. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook and on YouTube, of course. So yeah, that's about it for today. Probably going to do one more top 5 episode. I found a couple parody songs, and doing my research and kind of seeing what we wanted to do for this year, I found some parody songs that were pretty dang neat. So I might do another top 5 video of the top 5 Christmas parody songs. I don't know if I can find 5 quality songs out there. But when we were researching what to do for this year, I found some neat songs out there. So that might be coming up. I don't even know. We definitely have 3 or 4 how-to episodes coming up before the season's out. So we'll still keep cranking them out. If you have any songs that I missed for obscure Christmas songs, make sure to let me know about them. We might have time. We have time probably for one more song this year, because it does take a lot of time to program. But we have time, maybe one more song. So give us a suggestion. Might make it into this year's show. Charlie here from Christmas on Crestline. Thanks, guys. See you in the next video. Come here. Say hi. There you go. Say hi to the folks. There you go, buddy. You ready with your 15 minutes of fame? You good? It's his birthday yesterday, so he got spoiled. All right, off you go.